Good evening, everyone. A happy Tuesday to you all. I have just eaten my last pancake, and a huge welcome to the Autodromo Nazionale Monza of here in Italy for Tier 1 here in 7GR. In the comms box tonight with me is no one. It's just me. So apologies for the the show that's about to happen. So yeah, that's right. We are back in Tier 1. After last week's shenanigans in Baku, we are on another track. But it's looking dry at the moment, which is a good sign. A lot of drivers coming out pretty quickly. First round of blocks. Looks like it's going to be Vegeta. I've got a habit of this at the moment, coming out early. Of course, Monza is a favourite of the drivers. I'd say, well, a lot of drivers you'd say would like it nowadays. Only 11 corners. You know, you got straight chicane, straight chicane, straight chicane. But it's loved nonetheless. It's got some iconic corners as well, don't forget. You've got, obviously, turn 1, you've got the Rettifilia, you've got the Curva Grande, you've got the Lesmos, you've got the Variante Ascari, and of course, the Parabolica. So lots of iconic names, just like Silverstone, as we see Vegeta now approaching the Parabolica to start his first flying lap of the evening. We'll have a little ride on board with Vegeta as well, just to give you a view of what Monza looks like from a driver's perspective. Well, from the T-Cam anyway. As we go way above the 200 miles an hour, reaching 210 miles an hour, braking just after the 100-meter board. Nicely done into the first chicane. Traction could be a bit tricky coming out of there. Hugging the right-hand side as we go around Curva Grande. Ooh, a bit too much there maybe. A bit of grass on the wheel. As he now approaches turn 3 and 4. Again, a very easy place to lose it. As we now approach the Lesmos. These are two turns I don't like, I always get them wrong. Just enough curve, they go, running just right, opening a DRS. As we now approach Variante Ascari, this is probably the trickiest corner on the track. And I say tricky because everyone usually cuts it, as there we go, a prime example, Vegeta cutting in the chicane and has his lap invalidated. So, shame for Vegeta, it was looking like a good one. Who is behind him? It's an Aston Martin. It is... where is he? Young Money. 54.3 for the second sector. How is he looking? Coming around Parabolica, coming around to the final corner. He hugs right, and he gets a 1:22.0. Not a bad lap at all. The overall pole record here is was set by Thomas. Back on the F1 2020 game, which was a 1:18.8, so we're a little bit off that as it stands. The 2021 record was actually set on the intermediate tyres, which was a 1:27.5, so we smashed that already. As I went, look at that, 20.8, so only 2 seconds off the F1 2020 time. As Ryan's a 1:21.1, good times there from the Tier 2 lads. Obviously, we've got a few absentees from Tier 1s again tonight due to various different reasons as we go on board with rain, and he has invited his lap. All about Elite Risk. One who hasn't turned. Oh, looks like he was probably lifted a bit there. I don't think this will be a good lap at all by the looks of it. No. Will he abort or will he go for another one? Here he goes for another one. What about Arthur then? Your current championship leader sitting on 103 points. Demoted to a 4th place after some appeals. He goes purple in sector 2. This is the corner. You either invalidate or you can spin. Oh, not comfortable through there just yet. As he approaches the Parabolica. Sends it in. And then lets the car drift out wide before coming back in. and hugging that white line. Don't go over it, you're getting validated. Ooh, look at that, 20.2. Good lap there from Arthur. Who else we got on that? We got Matt Veg. His first race in 7GR. His last race was actually Baku, not last week, but the season before. And he actually got a podium on his last race, so he'll be hoping for a repeat of that tonight. Another one back is you got Origin Finn back after a couple of races. And Psycho Swish, who's currently in the pits as Matt Veg goes into the pits. Psycho Swish for his first race since round 5 of season 2. So welcome back, Psycho Swish. Rain, oh look at that, he's out there on the softs. So that'll be interesting to see what kind of lap time he can do then. Obviously, he looks like he's on an out lap as it starts. Oh no, he must have just had a spin because he's already done a lap. Will he go for a second lap? No, he's aborting again. So Rain is doing very well with the qualifying. What about Phantom? He has just started a lap. Anyone else on the fast one? Is Arthur coming back? No, he's invalidated. It's fine. What about Rhino? Rhino is slightly off his previous time. Will he have a spin? Whoa, you saw the car power slide through there. That is the danger of the Variante Ascari. Very easy to put it into a wall. Now, will he complete the lap? Or will he abort it? He carries on. Can he improve his 1:21.1? He can by half a second. What a lap by Rhino. A 20.5. So yeah, a lot of the no Alros tonight, no Kieran. Obviously Owen's here. He'll be looking to put a good race. Alright, anyone else? What, Young Money? Is he on another lap? He is. He is currently just it changed from 1/10 to half a second. If he improves by half a second, that'll well, actually, half a second won't do him much good at the moment, to be honest. Let's see if he can get any more out of the car. It looks like Pat Bussey is out of the pits now as well. He's one to look out for tonight. So then, Young Money. He's already been 3 laps on these tyres. A bit of a dangerous strategy, but he does improve by 8 tenths, which puts him up into 7th position. Right. I saw Pat Bussey. Has he actually started his lap? He has indeed. Yellow flags, trying to get a bit of tow from the car in front. Let's see how he navigates this. Throws it in. Ooh, he gets lucky there. On the outside as well. Oh, the fine lines. Great commitment from Pat Bussey as he approaches the final corner. What can he do? Oh, a 20.2. He usurps Arthur onto provisional pole. And that is a great lap there from Pat Bussey. He'll hopefully be joined by his teammate Rain, who will be looking for his 5th pole of the season. Only 1 win so far for Rain, so he'll be on a better conversion rate. But so far, 2 drivers in the 2s. You got Rudy up there in 3rd place. Good to see him up there. Again, look at that. I missed that. Look, our saviour, Lord and Jake, up there in 5th position, doing very well. Here we're looking for some good points tonight with a lot of the key contenders out. Vegeta hasn't got a lap together yet. Same as Phantom. 3 very fast drivers down here. Fierlucci, you can never tell what he can do, Mr. Fierlucci. He's a very fast driver, but another one of those drivers who just doesn't ever seem to get any luck. Well, let's go on board with Rain then, shall we? Let's see what Rain can do. Behind Pat Bussey, he's getting the tow. Oh, that is very cleverly done. I don't know if that was on purpose, but the teammates keep giving each other a tow. Oh, look at that. Oh, the back end almost stepped out, ragging that car around there. Looks to be a great lap so far. It wouldn't surprise me if he took provisional pole. Will he be able to break the 19 barrier? Only time will tell. He sticks to the right to shorten the track, and he does. Oh, 19.8. What a lap from TTM Rain. That is the time to beat. Currently 3.5 temps faster as a late risk also goes into the 90s. A 19.997. It's 977, I should say. Sorry. A great lap. What about Arthur then? He'll be the next to cross the line out of the front runners as it is. Aurelian aborts his lap. And Arthur, look at that. He's getting some tow. That'll give him a couple of temps, unless of course you've got both drivers. Nope, Cycle Swish backs out. But he's given Arthur a tow. Whether that was inadvertent or not, I guess we'll never know. They're not teammates. Arthur does come around the last corner. Oh, and he abort. No, he doesn't. He was going for another tow. Oh, and Arthur. Oh, only second position. Oh, a 10.5 off Rain. So we've now got 3 drivers in the 19s. This is what we like to see. What about Jake then? What's he doing? Currently 6 temps off his own time, according to the game. So will he cross the line or will he abort? He aborts. Not good enough. What about Origin Finn? He looks like he has just started a new lap, or that might be his in lap. Ferrucci then on the excuse me, Phantom has invalidated, so Vegeta, what can he do? A great victory up in Baku last time. Oh, and he goes second with a 19.9. We've got 3 drivers in the 19.9s now. Fantastic stuff from these tier 1 guys. What about Ferrucci then? On those mediums, can he trouble the leaderboards at all? This track will likely be a one stop from softs to mediums. But if Ferrucci can get in the top 10 of those mediums, that'll be a good strategy for him, especially if there's an early safety car. Right then, what does he do? 16th, 24.2, not a great lap. If you want to put mediums on, you need to be in those top 10s. And look at that, Owen right down the field now. He'll be looking to improve. As it looks like he just did do a 20.8, unless this is as fast as that now as the Mercedes of Joel. Abandoned ship, gets out of the way of Owen. I'm sure he'll... Oh, as Rhino looks like he's had a spin on his fast lap. Careful of traffic, Rhino. Don't want to get in anyone's way. Right, what about Origin Finn? How's he getting on? He's just started. Finley. Let's have a look at Finley, shall we? Down there in 14th position. Is he getting the toe off Aurelian? A little bit. Let's see how much he can attack. Not as much as the tier 1 guys. You can tell there's a bit of nervousness there. Right then, Finley round the final corner. It's going to be tight if he's going to improve. And he does by 3 temps, which moves him up to a P11, which is pretty much where you want to be. Owen, only up by less than a tenth, so this is probably far from ideal. As he's getting a tow from Ferrucci, and he moves himself up into 5 temps in the end. So maybe that was a bit wrong, but good stuff there by Owen. We'll go up to P6. And we've got the 4 drivers still up there in the 19s. Pack Bussy currently out there. He is a 10th down. I don't know if he's got a tow there from his teammate. Either way, he'll be looking to be the next driver to get into the 19s. What can he do? Doesn't improve, he goes slower. So, yeah, the race is on. What about Rhino then? He's doing okay. A driver as fresh as put it. Bit of a Carlos Sainz. He works very hard all week to improve his racecraft. But, here he'll be whenever... Oh, and what's happened there? Illegal blocking by Owen. What has happened there? And Rhino has retired. Looks like he's had a spin somewhere. But I'm not too sure. Well, there you go. There's Rhino. It's a bit odd. Let me just check the race director, because that is not something you see very often. Illegal blocking. Wow. That is not something you see very often. Sometimes you'll see a collision and you get a 5-place penalty. But that will put Owen in P11, which is not where you want to be. I mean, he's lost his wing as well. So, is very odd. What about Phantom? Is he on a quick lap? He is. He is on those mediums again, though. So it looks like he is committed to the alternate strategy. If he wants to make it work, he's got to get in that top 10. And you can tell the mediums aren't quite up to scratch because you could tell a bit of a lift there through the chicane. Now he needs to get into the top 10 as Rain does a 19.7, goes even faster. He's 2 tenths clear of the field now. What about Phantom? What can he do on these mediums? Doesn't look a good lap so far, a 22.9. So no, he's down in 15th. He may have a bit of time to come back in and put softs on if he wants to. What about Elite Risk? Oh, it looks like he's had a bit of a rubbish lap. Oh, it looks like the rain has started. So that looks like that is that. I very much doubt the drivers will be setting a faster lap. With the rain coming down now, I think that is everyone done. Which is a bit of a strange one. Is why Phantom and Fidellucci instead of mediums. So they will be down there, but of course they will have all those fresh softs for the race. Only one out on track at the moment. Obviously Rain's done his lap. Jake is no, he aborted. He's down to he'll be starting P9. And yeah, and looks like Origin Finn is going for it. Let's see. Looks like he's already a second off in Sector 1. So the track is already damp enough to warrant, well, not any faster laps anyway. He won't be going any faster than that. Let's see how tricky it is. Oh, look at that. Look how hard he's having to work on that steering wheel to keep the car in a straight line. DRS is still enabled, so it's still dry enough for that. You can see a few puddles forming on the racetrack. Let's see how confident he is through here. No, oh, look at that. It's way too slippery. Look at that. Be careful if you're going to get it in the wall. He keeps it nice there. So, yeah, I think that is that. So, we get to sit here for another 2 minutes and talk about anything. So, for anyone watching and wanting to get involved, a couple of weeks ago, we all agreed that the kiwi is the most underrated fruit. Let's turn to chocolate bars, shall we? What is the most underrated chocolate bar and why is it double-decker? And while you type up, I will read for you the official classification. So, pole position goes to Rain with a 19.7, a fantastic lap. Almost 2 tenths clear of Vegeta. On the second row will be Arthur and Elite Risk. Third row belongs to Pac Bussy and Owen, but of course Owen does have that 5-place grid penalty. Aurelian P7, Rhino P8, Jake and Joel in P9 and 10. Then we move to the people outside the top 10. K's up there in P11 with Young Money P12, Finley 13, Origin 14, Phantom is 15th, Fidellucci 16th, Psycho Swish 17th, and Matt Veg will be starting last as he did not set a time. Right then, so I will keep an eye out on the Discord to see what time Jake would like to get going. What was the chocolate bar that used to be not for girls? That was the Yorkie bar. Because the Yorkie was not for girls. It is for girls, but you know that was a controversial one to say the least. And Yorkie wasn't even the best Yorkie. The Yorkie biscuit and raisin was the best Yorkie. You know, that is the best Yorkie. A product made by Nestle, company I used to work for. Not that that matters at all. Let's have a look at the race director. Right then, so it looks like we've got a dry start, which is good. Everyone on the softs so far, apart from Young Money, who's changed to mediums. Another underrated chocolate bar is the Karamak, which, fun fact, is actually really popular in Scotland. It's a very underrated bar in England, but I'm sure if you're listening or watching in Scotland, you'll be like, what the hell is he talking about? Karamak is the number one bar, alongside Iron Brew. And before anyone says anything, Iron Brew is amazing. Right, where is the Discord Tier 1 chat? We go at 21:01, so we've got just under 3 minutes until lights out. Alright, I will leave you alone for 2 minutes while I go lubricate my vocal cords. Oh, I can see it's confirmed there. Owen is P11. So everyone has moved up one. From Arulian, Rhino, Jake, Joe, and Kays. Of course, Kays will have the advantage now. He is P10, and he will have the choice of any tyre he wants, of course. Have a look what the bottom 8 are doing. Of course, Owen can't change his tyres. Got 4 drivers opting for the medium so far. Of course, Phantom and Fiorucci obviously tried qualifying on the mediums, and obviously they're sticking to their guns and starting on the mediums. So, be interested to see what they can pull off in the race. A lot of Tier 2 drivers here tonight, so people like Phantom, Fiorucci will want a good result tonight. To make sure they're not beaten by the Tier 2 guys. The top Tier 2 guy, you got Rhino up there in P7. Of course, he had that. If you missed it, go and watch the final lap of Baku last week, where you had Rhino, Jake, and I forget the third driver, but all 3 crossed the line with no noses. Because you definitely do not need a nose cone in Baku. Weekly prediction. So who's going to win? So... Well, last week, I think I predicted that no one would win out of the top 10. And I think that I don't know. I don't like making predictions. I seem to have the knack for cursing drivers. Right, less than a minute to go until lights out before we start the formation lap. Final preparations for these guys. Oh, look at that. Psycho Swish has chosen the hards. Now that is a bold choice if he stays on that. Because we know that this track is quite good for a soft to a medium and a one-stop. So, there you go. He shut me up. He's back on the mediums. He's fought against it. So... We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers starting on the mediums by the looks of it. With Origin Finn, the only one starting on... And Kays. So Kays and Origin Finn, the only guys starting on fresh softs. With, of course, Owen on the old ones. Right then. Time for the formation lap. And we are go! Lightning start for the formation lap. 27 laps, of course, here in Monza. 11 corners, 2 DRS zones. There are 4 main overtaking zones into turn 1, turn 4, turn 8, and turn 11. Of course, this is one of those tracks where you can pretty much overtake every corner, but those are the 4 obvious ones. Let's look through the field. I am hoping for a good race from these top 4, even the top 5 actually from Pack Bussy, and let's hope Aurelian can join him as well. Aurelian's been a bit quiet this season. Probably because I haven't jinxed him, but certainly in the early seasons he was always up there in the top 5, top 3 or 4, and then I jinxed him down to last position. So hopefully this is the start of a revival for Aurelian. You know, he's got the pace to trouble the front runners. And it'll be also good to see how quick Owen can come through the field. We saw a couple of races ago in the USA where he was really, really racy. And last week in Baku was, well, I mean, if you missed what happened with the desyncing, that was definitely something to behold. Hashtag thank you, Cody's. We will do a position change off the start as the drivers approach. All drivers keeping within that little gap, just so no one's tyres go colder than they need to be. And I believe, no, there you go, Rain's still warm with his tyres. And there you go, the game has now taken over. Let's see any shenanigans from the AI. Well, there you go, look. Arthur's AI overtaking Vegeta. And now Vegeta will now go through the back of him, sniffing his backside. There you go. Don't know why I said that. Right then, watch out for turn 1 as well. It has got to be up there with the tightest corners on the track. And as for turn 1, it is always a risk. Who will leave with their wing intact? Who will need a pit stop on lap 1? We are about to find out as we wait for the back of the grid. There we go. Matt Veg is in place as a Psycho Swish. Yep. Okay then. As we wait for the red lights. 4 lights. We got 5 lights and we are away. It looks like a good start from the majority of the grid. No stallers, all looking good so far as we race. The race for turn 1 goes in as Vegeta has lost 2 positions. It's going to be Rain and Arthur going side by side to turn 1. And it looks like Rain has come through scot-free. It looks like most of all Elite Risk just nudged wide there. Yeah, it looks like everyone is through safe and sound. It looks like Rhino has a bit of an issue. Young Money's left the lobby. You've got the 2 drivers out there in the mediums. Obviously, their tyres are going to take a little bit to warm up compared to the soft guys. But it looks like everyone is okay at the moment. No big losers or winners. A couple of drivers losing or gaining 4 positions. Obviously, Young Money, the big loser there with his AI, down 6 places. K's down 6 places as well. But the big news is Rain is away. He is clear. He is 7 tenths ahead of Arthur already. Can Arthur keep with the pace of Rain? That is going to be the story of today. Same as Vegeta and Elite Risk and Pack Buster, who are already battling side by side as they go through very nicely. Scary. No DRS gesture. As look at that. Owen already up 4 places. He has made up. There you go. P6 is going from the outside of Aurelian as the game predicts what I said as a 1-stop. So we're looking for lap 11 to lap 12 for the first pit stop as we've got Mayhem. Owen all the way up to P6. We're almost going 3 wide into turn. We are going 3 wide into turn 1. Can it? It can. Oh, we can. I was losing my words for a second there. And is that a spinner? It is. Who was that? Was that Jake? No, it's Vegeta. Vegeta. Oh no. Down from P3. He is going to want to make up the lost ground. Watch out for those tyres there. They are going to be red hot if he's had a spin. And look at that. Matt Veg up P7 already. Great start. Alright then. We've got, look at that, we've got 5 drivers in the pits. Joel, Psycho Switch, Case, Phantom and Rhino. Ooh, Phantom, look at that. Would he be going to the end? He started in the mediums. It's a shame for him. Right then, Arthur, Rain up in the lead. 8 tenths ahead. Until, of course, the game decides to take the timing screens away. Oh, did you see the way the car rode the curbs there? That was something else. So, we are about to start lap 3. This is when DRS will be activated. It looks like Arthur is just about keeping within that second. He won't get DRS this time. It will be before, just after the 2 Lesmos, where the first DRS he will get. But it looks like Elite Risk is falling back a bit. He is 2.7 behind. Having said that, he has just set the fastest lap of the race. So he won't be slowing down anytime soon. Owen up into P5. He's already made up 6 places from the start. He's made up his qualifying position and then some. We've now got Finley and Origin Finn in the pits. It's all going on. Fierlucci up into P10. Matt Veg from the back of the grid is currently up in P9, but he is 3.7 behind Vegeta. Those mediums really taking a long time to warm up. Vegeta, I wonder if he's got damage because he gets fallen 1.2 behind Jake. And it looks like he's all out of shape there. Right. Now Arthur, he's got the DRS. Let's see how much he can cling back. It's about half a tenth so far. Oh, a tenth. Oh, so he took about two. Oh, look at that. 3 tenths he took out of Rain on that one DRS zone. But look at that. Straight away, the dirty air means that Rain has clawed back that 3 tenths already. But Arthur will now get the slipstream as they approach the Parabolica. I imagine this will be a fastest lap for Rain or Arthur because they pulled away from Elite Risk again. Arthur will now get the DRS here as well, so he will be able to pull Rain that much closer. We've seen these two come to blows before this season. Let's hope they can keep it clean now as Arthur is closing and closing. He's not quite close enough to make a move this time, as we've got a yellow flag as it's who is it? Come on, game. Oh, it's Rhino. Sorry, he's retired. Rhino's retired, and we have a safety car, and that is probably good for the race. It's too early for anyone to pit onto mediums. Anyway, to go to the end, but Rhino, unfortunately, is our first casualty of the day. So this will now allow the pack to bunch back up. Joel is in the pits to put hards on, so that looks like he'll be going to the end of the race. I missed that, but it looks like Elite Risk has got 3 seconds, and has he been overtaken under the safety car? Maybe not. Because Swan Elite Risk was third. So, oh, and Arthur's going for it. He's risking it for that chocolate biscuit. Oh, that's Elite Risk and Owen also in the pits. So they're going on to the mediums. Surely 22 laps on the mediums is a bit much. But these guys are in tier 1. They know a lot more than I do in terms of having to stretch these tyres out. As Jake goes, Owen goes for the hards. So he will, of course, be slower to start with. But in terms of tyre wear, he will be there at the end. He will be able to, if he can keep up with these medium tyre runners, he is in for a good result here. So just the top 4 there. Vegeta back up into P4. So now we have a AlphaTauri 1-2. We saw them with the slipstreaming tactic in qualifying as Rain gets precariously close to the safety car. Don't get too close, otherwise it'll blow you up. And Rulianet up into P3. Going well so far. Vegeta P4 recovering from that earlier excursion. Matt Veg up into P5 now from the back of the grid. He is having a storming race so far. Fiorucci as well from the back, up into P6, Young Money P7. Arthur, the first of the pit stoppers from the front, is P8. Owen, P9. We've got Jake up there in P10. Elite Risk has lost out in the pits a lot. Maybe he sped under the safety car because the penalty is gone. But he is P11. He has lost out to Jake. Owen, he's lost 2 positions under the safety car. Psycho Swish up there in P12. We've got Finley in P13. Phantom P14. Having a bit of a nightmare race so far. Like qualifying and race. He hasn't been able to put a lap together so far today. Kays is P15. Origin Finn is 16th. And his Mercedes teammate Joel is currently P17. So one more lap at least then for the safety car. As the safety car shows them how to go through turn 1. Oh. Rain playing with fire there. What's happened to Elite Risk? He's fallen down the field. He's fallen behind Psycho Swish. Have we got safety car shenanigans going on? He's fallen down at another place. It's something to keep an eye on. This game works. Okay then, we are now on lap 6. 21 to go. Safety car are currently out after Rhino span after Lesmo 1. Rain once again getting very close to the safety car. I can just hear him on the phone to Massey saying speed the safety car up, and we should find out any second now that the safety car is coming in. 3, not quite, there we go. So, as I like to say, Rain now becomes the safety car. He controls the pace of the field. Will he be able to keep let's see how much of a jump he can get on his teammate. As it looks like he's gone already. It does look like he's caught Bussy a bit napping there. Oh, but no, he's slowed down again. And he's gone. I'm not too sure if that was a stop and a go. But, wait. He is going. Doesn't look like he's caught many people unawares, but Owen has gone down to P10. And Elite Risk has gone down another position. So what's happening there for Elite Risk? But they're all battling, going to turn 1. It's all clean so far. As Owen is down to P11. Owen has lost out massively there after the safety car restart. As Matt Veg in P5 is looking very good. Back at the front then. Rain no longer under pressure from Arthur. Will he be able to build a gap? Will he be able to get... Oh, he's made a mistake. He comes back on the track just behind his teammate. Oh, he's got to watch out. Oh, and Rain. Oh, no. Oh, and that's Rain. That's a new nose cone. Oh, no. I think he's tried too hard too soon. And those tyres obviously weren't completely up to scratch. And that is such a shame for Rain, who was looking like he was on for another good result. And his 6th pole will not equal his 2nd win. Unless he can drive like a madman. I'm not sure the win is in today. So, right now, the 2nd AlphaTauri of Pat Bussy now takes the lead. He's actually managed to get the gap up to a ruling of over a second, so he is already out of that DRS zone. Vegeta, of course, looking to redeem himself after that earlier excursion. Back up into P3. These guys have only got another 3 or 4 laps on these softs before they start to edge closer to that cliff. As we've seen, we've got a bit of an incident in turn 1. Is the Haas facing the wrong way? It was Psycho Swish. Elite Risk, he's been involved as well. And that, the Origin Finn and Joel were down there in 16th and 17th. They're now up into P11 and 12. So these guys down here, K's, Young Money, Elite Risk and Psycho Swish, obviously have had some kind of coming together. Psycho Swish looks like his wing's intact, but we can never tell unless it's wing damage, yellow wing damage. Phantom looks like he's got past Finley. On those hard tyres, he looks like he's got them working. As we've got another yellow flag. Oh, it's Vegeta! Oh no, he's lost it. He's lost it for the very anti-Ascari. No safety car yet though. Look at that. What a shame for Vegeta. He was going well today. As Pac Bussy still in the lead. Look at that, Matt Fedge up into P3 from the back of the grid. What a drive so far from Matt Fedge. Aurelian then up into P2, chasing down Pac Bussy. These two can sniff a really good result here today. We've got battles up and down the field. You've got, look at this, there's almost 4 cars going side by side. This is a battle worth keeping an eye on. You've got Jake, who is on those mediums, pulling away a little bit. Origin Finn is the leader of this pack. You've got Origin Finn, you've got Phantom, Finley, Caves, Joel, Elite Risk and Young Money. All 6 drivers all within a second of each other, as Joel looks like he's slipped down a little bit, and as I say that, he must have made a mistake because he's lost a few positions. Great racing from these guys at the moment. As it looks like Finley has DRS. Will he make a move on Phantom? He goes for the racing line. Phantom on the inside. Can do from the baby from Finley as he takes P9. Excuse me. Phantom's hard tyres obviously not quite up to speed just yet, but obviously Finley using the extra grip and speed of those softs to overtake Phantom. Jake has now fallen 2 seconds behind Owen. So Owen looks like he's got a bit of pace on those hards. He has fallen over a second behind Fiorucci, but he's looking at as Arthur has just overtaken Matt Veg at P3. So of course Arthur, the first of the pit stoppers, will Arthur be able to take those tyres to the end? If he does win, that'll be Arthur's 4th win of the season. The only driver with more than 1 victory. Owen, Rain and Vegeta, the other 3 drivers with a victory. This would be Arthur's 4th win if he does. And Rain, look at that. I said it would take a drive like a madman to get back up, and he was just at the fastest lap of the race. So he means business. What can he do? Ideally, Rain would love another safety car, you'd think. That way it would close the field back right up. But, so, back up the front then. Pagbussi and Aurelian. Aurelian has just fallen outside that 1 second gap, as they've got 3 seconds to Arthur behind them, so they've got a bit of a gap, but they haven't got long before these soft tyres start to go. They've got to make hay while the sun shines. We've got 17 laps remaining then. Will Pagbussi stay out? No, he's into the pits, and Aurelian follows him. Oh, and Aurelian, he's fallen into the trap with the 5 seconds. And that now promotes Arthur into the lead of the race. Matt Veg, P2 now from P18 on the grid. What a drive from him. Fiorucci up into P3. P3? I'm not going to say he's doing well, because last time he did, he suddenly went straight off in the USA. Owen up into P4 on those hards. Looking very good for Owen as it stands. Looks like he's looking very racy today, as Rain sets another fastest lap of their race. He is going great guns. Right, can Owen do anything about Lucci? As I mentioned a minute ago, Owen, the other driver with the win, he is currently half a second behind Fiorucci. I don't think he's close enough to make a move now. He has a look, just to maybe put Lucci off. As it looks like Finley is taking 6th place. Ooh, bit of a corner extension there. Ooh, is that 2 corner extensions? 2 corner extensions and 1 chicane maybe. But Owen, he's got to watch out for the penalties. As the penalties have started now, you've got a Psycho Swish for the first 3 seconds of the day. Okay then. Owen then. He opens the DRS. Here he comes. Which way will Fiorucci defend? It looks like he's keeping to the inside. No, he goes onto the outside. Ooh, Owen, just look at that. Oh, a bit of sliding from the back end there from Fiorucci as he tries to keep the car under control. Owen knows he can be patient. And look at that. Matt Veg is still, he's less than half a second behind Arthur as we're here now with Finley and Origin. Oh, and they bang wheels as they come into turn 3, or turn 4 even I should say. These guys fighting it out. Probably the only 2 drivers that haven't, or the only 2 soft drivers that haven't stopped so far. These guys really fighting it out. Origin Finn mentioned before the race it was good to be back, but shame it was Monza. I don't think he's probably the one of the few that doesn't like it. As look at that, Owen has passed Fiorucci up into turn 8. Now, has he done it too early? Will Fiorucci be able to keep on the back of Owen? Look at that, the slipstream coming into force. Round the parabolica. It looks like Jake has joined this battle as well. Let's see how quick Fiorucci's got the DRS open. Look at the closing speed. Owen saving some of his DRS as Fiorucci flies by. Oh, and up into... Oh, no! There's been contact. Oh, there's contact between Owen and Fiorucci, and Owen has the P3, but has he got wing damage? It looked like Fiorucci came back over. Did he come back over a bit late and catch Owen unawares? Either way, that's demoted Fiorucci down into P5. Jake, our Lord and Saviour, is up into P4. Great race so far for Jake. I am not cursing him. Right, Owen, P3 on those hard tyres, but has he got damage? Cosmetically, it may only be light green. It's not quite yellow, otherwise we'd be able to see it, but he's letting Jake by, so it looks like he does have some kind of damage. Is he maybe slowing down and waiting for Lucci? I am not sure. Either way, he's let Jake go. As Aurelian has overtaken Psycho Swish, so Aurelian back up into P10 after his pit stop. And we've got a yellow flag. It looks like... Who is it? Is it one of these guys? No, it looks like someone had a little a moment. For Ascari. Doesn't look like we'll find out who it is. But look at this from Matt Veg. He is keeping right on the back of Arthur. He's got those older tyres. And Matt Veg, of course, does have to pit. But he can... If he can keep this up, all he needs to do is stay there until lap 18, maybe lap 19, pray for a safety car, and get to the end of the race. Is that a spinner into turn 1? Can't really see, as it may well have been Owen, as he lets Pack Bussy through by the looks of things. So I'm not too sure what Owen's doing these last few laps as he dives back up the inside of turn 4, but thinks against it for now. But that has made Owen's shenanigans has let Fiorucci up into P5. Elite Risk up into P4. We haven't seen him for a little while. After his early pit stop under the safety car, he's made his way back up into P4. After he had those he was part of that pack of 6 drivers, wasn't he? That was down the back and fighting over one place. He's made his way up to P4. Let's have a look at Matt Veg. So he's 6 tenths behind. Coming out the corner. Let's see how much he can catch Arthur. Right now, he's probably not thinking about P1. He's probably just thinking about staying in the DRS zone. You look at that, he doesn't even try to make a move or try to put Arthur off. I think he's just very content sitting in that slipstream. We know how rapid Arthur is. So we are on to lap 15 as Rain has set another positive lap of 22.4. He is now up into P11 and he is now catching this pack. He's just come up behind Young Money and Psycho Swish, having their own little battle. Let's see what kind of traction Rain has against the two. Will he make a move into turn 4? It definitely looks like he's got the slipstream. He comes over to the inside and yeah, it looks like P10 could be his. It is, as we get an unwanted camera angle. So his next target is Psycho Swish in P9. Just look at the extra speed Rain has. We know he's really, really fast. Look at his time trial times on the Xbox leaderboard. You'll see he's up there with the fast ones. He hasn't opened his DRS though, which is a bit odd. Maybe he's waiting for the main straight. Oh, look at that. You saw right there. There's a little twitch. Will he have a look up into the Parabolica? He does. He dives up the inside of Parabolica. And I don't know if that's a wise move because it looks like he overtook before the DRS. Excuse me. So now, it's like a Swish who will have the DRS. Will he attempt to make a move on Rain? Rain goes defensive quite early. Second Swish goes, oh, they bang wheels. Rain commanding the track. Oh, they bang wheels again. It looks like Rain is coming out trumped at the moment. He does. But Psycho Swish will, of course, have the slipstream going into turn 4. It looks like Rain has it just about covered, unless he goes for a dive. Oh, and there's contact. And that is definitely one for the steward's room. It looked like a late move from Psycho Swish, but that is one for the stewards, I'm afraid. Right then, up at the front, Matt Veg still clinging on to the back of Arthur, still within that second, still getting that DRS to pull him along. Jake still sitting there in P3, falling back a little bit. But he won't mind. He is currently 3 seconds ahead of Elite Risk. He in turn has 3.5 over Fiorucci. Pac Bussy in P6 after what was looking like a promising race from him. But it's not over yet. We got Owen out there on his hard tyres. Chasing down Pac Bussy, looking to make some recovery after a dodgy couple of laps. Aurelian P8. We'll be looking for another good result. Aurelian is, of course, the next potential victim of rain. So let's have a look. Lap 17, 4.3 behind. Take a note of that. See how quick he closes. Young Money already a second and a half behind Rain. Psycho Swish has fallen down by 5 seconds now because of that incident. It looks like the pack is all pretty much spread out now. The only real battle on the track is Owen and Pac Bussy, so we'll stay with these two for now. As Owen gets the benefit of the DRS on Pac Bussy. Well, an interesting complex now because you've got Pac Bussy on fresh-ish mediums, and you've got Owen's hard, so we've done 11 laps and will be well and truly rubbing in by now. So tyre wear wise, you'd put Pac Bussy probably have the advantage at this moment. As in a couple of laps it will swing back towards Owen as the DRS is now open. Which way will he go this time? Pac Bussy stays to the left, that allows Owen to go to the right. Looks like Owen has got that move done, but it looks like Pac Bussy is not giving up. He broke very late, and look at that defensive move from Pac Bussy. What a defensive move from Pac Bussy. Excuse me. He allowed Owen to go for the inside, the tighter line, and Pac Bussy just bided his time and said, okay, you do what you want, Owen. I'm going to sit here, and I will brake later than you and take the corner. Very great defensive driving there. Owen probably didn't know what hit him. As look at that, Matt Veg, 4 tenths behind again. But when you come onto this straight, and he's 6 tenths. I'll tell you what, he's closer. He's a lot closer now. The gap is usually 8 tenths. It's now only 5. So maybe he's a little bit closer, but he is due to stop any minute now. So he could stop any minute now and go into his softs. But I imagine he wants a safety car. As always, Rain gets his 3 seconds. And 2 laps on, he's only taken a second out of Aurelian. As Fat Veg again gets very close. Jake is now 12 seconds behind the front 2, so this is working out very well for Matt Veg. When he pits, he'll probably come out in the kind of the 7th, 8th, 9th region. As Owen and Pac Bussy going for round 2. This time Owen goes to the outside line, and it looks like he has got it very much done this time. And that is Owen up into P6, unless of course, Pac Bussy looks like he's got the better traction out of the corner. It goes side by side. Look at that, Pac Bussy with a little bit more straight line speed. They come into turn 4. Who will get their nose in first? It's Pac Bussy again, but Owen's definitely not giving up yet. Look at that, Pac Bussy's not giving up. Back up into P6. Great driving once again from these two, especially with Pac Bussy. Owen must be getting a little bit frustrated now, because you can see Aurelian has now caught them back up. Excuse me, I've really got a tickle throat. And something's happened to Matt Veg, because he has fallen 2.5 seconds behind Arthur. As he's got a yellow flag and set to 1. Looks like Origin Finn has had a moment. As Matt Veg finally pits, which will now promote Jake up into P2. But he now has a charge and Elite Risk right behind him. He's less than a second. Jake using a lot of the ERS. Elite Risk has still half his battery left. Jake, well, he's going to be running out very soon. So Matt Veg, where will he come out? He's currently P5, P7, P8. Will Rain take him as well? No, he stays ahead of Rain as Rain pits. So is Rain going for a splash and dash on these softs? He is. So that will likely be the fastest lap in the bag. Oh, and Aurelian's retired. Aurelian has spun it into turn 1. And I tell you what, if that's a safety car, that is pretty much going to be the perfect scenario for Rain. But it doesn't look like we're getting a safety car. Bit of an odd place to retire. Oh, what happened there? That's a bit odd. Yep, Aurelian's car stranded there on the side. That's a shame for Aurelian because he was having a really good race. Oh, dear me. So that's now Vegeta and Aurelian out, two of the front runners. So Arthur now with a commanding lead. He now has 14 seconds over Jake. He can afford to take it easy now. He's got 6 laps remaining. I'm sure right now with that gap he can take this towards the end as Elite Risk has now overtaken Jake. I imagine Jake now will look to conserve those tyres. He hasn't had a podium yet this season. But he won't be giving up on that P2 just yet. But looks of it, Elite Risk has him covered for now. Pack Bussy and Owen still going at it, and of course they've now been joined by Matt Veg and those fresh softs. As Fiorucci is pitted as well for some fresh softs. So some more tactical gains going on here as Owen has now been on his hards. 15 laps. Doesn't look like he's got the measure of Pack Bussy just yet, but if anything now he's got the DRS to defend himself. But I think it could be a case of Owen looking behind him now rather than in front for the next couple of laps, depending on how quick Matt Veg thinks he can get by. And even with the switch string, you can see Matt Veg getting closer, but at the same time, Owen getting closer. And right now, look at this, we could be in a 3 wide situation here. Pack Bussy could go from 4th to 6th in one straight. Hopefully we'll get a good camera angle from the game. There we go, that looks like a decent one. Matt Veg, look at that, he's already side by side. And we are with 3 wide. Turn 1, Pack Bussy down into P6. And then Matt Veg from P6 to P4. I'm sure he'll have the traction on Owen to get ahead. He does! Look at that, 2 cars, 1 corner. Pack Bussy the loser in that situation. However, we've seen him before as Psycho Swish has retired, and that is a safety car. We've got the safety car. We've got the end of race safety car. Now, this presents another challenge. This is great news for Matt Veg, because if any of these top guys, if other pits is alright, but if Elite Risk, Jake, if they pit, then that is Matt Veg back up into P2. What will the guys do? I can see Arthur possibly pitting, but it's going to be dangerous for people like Elite Risk and Jake to pit because we've only got 5 laps remaining. The safety car will probably come in lap 24 maybe. But the field is quite spread out. So, yeah. This is, there you go, Arthur does pit. What about Elite Risk? Elite Risk pits, what about Jake? Jake pits, Matt Veg will obviously stay out. He's on his fresh tyres, he doesn't need to pit. So, will he be up into P2? That is the question. I'm pretty sure Arthur will be safe. It looks like he is. As it looks like most of the top guys are pitting, definitely Owen. Get rid of those hards, put a fresh set of softs on. They've all got the same idea here. So this is going to be a barnstorming end to the race. The top 7 now on fresh soft tyres. What about Finley in P8? What will he do? He pits, and Rain pits again as well. So they're all looking for that extra bite at the end of the race. Is everyone going to pit? I think they all are. Although, I don't think the bottom two need to. Mercedes. But there we go. A free pit stop for Arthur. He didn't need to pit. He was going to go to the end. But the safety car, the late race safety car, which is pretty much almost mandatory in league races these days. A late safety car to finish the race. It's bunched and filled up. And we are going to get at least 4 laps, maybe 3, of wheel-to-wheel racing to finish off this Monza Grand Prix. We've had 4 casualties so far. Arthur has looked in control for most of it, while he was behind Rain anyway. Obviously, as soon as Rain dropped down, Arthur was the man to beat. And Matt Veg, I've said it once, I've said it 10 times, and I'll say it in 11th. Started P18, currently sitting P2. Up 16 positions from his original grid position. Fiorucci is up 11 positions. I think if Matt Veg stays where he is, I think he's definitely contender for driver of the day, for sure. Big loser, of course, is Rain in P10, having started on pole. So we are now started lap 24. So if the safety car comes in this lap, we will get 3 laps. Hopefully that is the case. If the other drivers can all catch up, please. So, some very notable drives today. Obviously, we do have a lot of the Tier 1 drivers missing tonight because due to various different reasons. But these guys have put on a good show for us tonight. People like Jake have taken advantage. He's up there in P4. Elite Risk, obviously, he's been up there all season. He's Elite Risk currently second in the championship behind Arthur. He's currently on 87 points. Elite Risk is already 21 points ahead of Alros in P3. Owen is in P4, 65 points. So Owen will want a good clutch of points tonight. Vegeta, of course, retired, sitting there on 62 points, and the next is a big gap down to Kieran, sitting on 39 points. So yeah, if Arthur wins again, as I said earlier, this will be his 4th win of the season. He will extend that gap at the top, especially with Elite Risk currently 3rd. If Elite Risk wants to close the gap, he needs to swap these 2 around. And are we going to get the safety car message? Well, it's not at the end of the sector, so if the safety car comes in, it's going to be a very late call. I think, if anything, there you go, a late call. So the cars will now bunch up. Oh, they've got to be careful not to hit each other. It's a late one, so you've got to be careful, guys. Looks like they've negotiated that fairly well. So Arthur won't have much time to juggle here because the safety car will come in, and hopefully the game won't slow down too much. As there we go, and Elite Risk has got the jump on Matt Veg. Oh, I don't know if he's overtook before or after the finishing line, but either way, look at this Elite Risk. Will he make a move? Nigel Finn's retired somehow. As into turn 1 we go. Where's my camera angles? Not very good ones. Either way, Arthur has come into turn 1 unscathed. Elite Risk has made his way up into P2. Matt Veg down into P3 now. Everyone's still as you were before safety car, as we've got Fiorucci looking up the inside of Jake, but no dice there, I'm afraid. All these drivers now, they know they've got 3 laps of racing left. It's do or die. This is the 5 lappers a lot of drivers are accustomed to. As long as he gets so close to the back of Fiorucci, but of course has that 3-second penalty, so he will drop down a little bit. So the question is, these guys want to overtake Jake. Jake will want to keep in touch in case there's any penalties at the front. But Elite Risk looks like he's keeping in touch with Arthur at the moment. But Arthur looking still a bit comfortable. Matt Veg up in, obviously P3 still very good as it stands. Pack Bussy up in there in P7, Finley P8. Rain is just overtaking Kays, and he is up into P9. Can Rain, will he have a go Finley, as it looks like Owen and Fiorucci going side by side. They're not going to give up. He's going to go for the inside. Oh, a late dive from Fiorucci. Will he have the room? Just about, but it looks like he's going to lose out to Pack Bussy. Who's got the better traction? Looks like Fiorucci for now. But Pack Bussy will have the slipstream as he dives in and out of the slipstream. Oh no, and Pack Bussy goes for it, but oh, the side pod of doom. Sees Pack Bussy lose out. Excuse me. Another one for the steward's room, I fear. As Rain now smells more points. Up now, up into P7. He can smell P6, he can smell P5, he can smell P4. Oh, look at the wave. Oh, gliding over the curbs. He gets such a better run than Fiorucci out that corner. As we approach the Parabolica. Oh, he's turned in. Oh no! Oh, how did that happen? Fiorucci. Oh no, Fiorucci's gone straight into the wall. Almost Charles Leclerc-esque. He's gone straight into the wall at the Parabolica. And it looked like there's a bit of contact, but that is an odd coming together. Another one for the steward's room, as we have now started lap 27 of 27. Arthur is your race leader. He starts the lap just under a second above Elite Risk. They're dropping like flies now. We're down to 12 runners. Matt Veg has fallen 1.9 behind. He hasn't been able to keep up so far. Jake coming in and out of that slipstream in the DRS zone. We will get one DRS. Oh no, it looks like Elite Risk has fallen outside. He has. So Elite Risk won't get the DRS on the last bit. And that pretty much, unless Arthur makes a mistake coming through here, it looks like Arthur has got this under control. He has. Nice and comfortable. So the next one is Jake, and Jake is coming under fire from Owen. Oh, and Owen goes wide and gives himself a 3-second penalty. Oh, on the last one. So Jake can now have comfort in knowing that he's unlikely to get overtaken. If we come back to the front, and Arthur will now cross the line to finish first, his 5th win of the season. And Rain's retired. Oh no, he's had an incident from the last chicane, and that's Rain. Oh my goodness. The championship attendance Pack Bussy. well, we had 3 finishers, 3 cars finish without a wing. In Baku, we've got Pack Bussy finished without a wing here today. But unfortunately, distracted me from the end of the race. But Arthur is your race winner. His 4th win of the season here in 7GR in Season 6. Could take a more commanding lead. Well, I say commanding lead. He extends his lead by 7 seconds, by 7 points over Elite, I should say. Driver of the day easily, Matt Veg in my book, from last to 3rd. Great drive from him. And deserved win for Arthur. No controversy from his side today, as the drivers enjoy the champagne. Right then, race rundown. Arthur is P1. He is your race winner. The best lap of a 121.331. Elite Risk P2, and Matt Veg on the final step of the podium with his magnificent drive from 18th to 3rd. Definitely driver of the day in my book. Jake, a very good P4. Owen finishes P5, which is damage limitation after his late 3-second penalty. K's up into P6. Finley finishes P7. Joel finishes P8. Phantom P9. A race, even to forget for Phantom. Young Money P10. Pack Bussy P11 after that late contact. Rain, gutted for him. The Ascari taking his last victim. He is the first of the DNFers. And then other DNFers include Fiorucci, Origin Finn, Psycho Swish, Aurelian, Vegeta, and Rhino. So then, that about wraps up this stream for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it. I do try to model through on my own. It's a little bit harder when you haven't got a co-person with you. But if you have enjoyed tonight, make sure you come back tomorrow for Tier 2, who will be racing around Budapest in Hungary. There you go, someone's finally pressed continue. So again, thank you guys for watching. It's definitely one to remember. And again, if I don't see you tomorrow, make sure you join us on Thursday at the same time at 8:30, as Tier 3 will be negotiating Singapore, which includes me, and Singapore plus Tier 3, that's going to be a bit of carnage. Anyway, enough of that. Again, thank you for watching. I love you all. See you soon. Bye-bye.